Print on demand has truly changed the game because it allows so many more and more people to design and then upload and sell t-shirts that they like. But with more and more people, obviously becomes more and more competition. So it's important to know the trends and style that people want to see and people want to buy. And we believe one of those trends is retro. Now, we've done a lot of retro tutorials already. We've done a retro sticker tutorial. We've done a retro lettering, kind of groovy lettering t-shirt. And a couple weeks ago, we even did a 90s style retro skateboard themed t-shirt. But today, we're going back to the 60s and we're going to make a peace groovy themed t-shirt design using Kittl. So if you don't have Kittl yet, go ahead and sign up using the link down in the description. And before we get started, do me a quick favor. It'll take you a millisecond to click that red subscribe button. It means a lot, and that way you don't miss any upcoming tutorials and things like that. So once that's done, let's get started. Alright, so let's get started with our artboard size. Let's click the settings, and then I'm going to click this poster small and change it to vertical. And then we're going to change our background color, and I'm going to use this kind of off yellowish color here, and then we can start getting ready with our layout. So if we go to illustrations, we zoom all the way almost to the bottom, we have this flower power category, which is going to be perfect for this 60s psychedelic style t-shirt design that we're going for. And what we're going to do is look for some sunglasses. That's what we're going to look for. So I already see some, but I like this right here in the middle. Super cool. We've got some smiley faces, very 60s retro, and I think that's going to work super well. And then what we want to do is find a rainbow. I think this rainbow is going to work perfectly. Let's make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to position it just above, and then I'm going to right click and send it to the back. Now we're going to make a very symmetrical layout here. So let's type in peace. I need to look for the peace emblem. Again, a very staple part of 60s design. I like this one right here. Let's size it down, and then we're going to position that here just above, right there in the middle, because of course we got to convey the peace notion here in this 60s style t-shirt design. And we're going to again make a super symmetrical style design here. I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So let's go back all the way to our flower power, and what we're going to do is we're going to create this kind of mushroom style layout. So I've got this mushroom right here. Again, another big staple part of 60s design. We're going to send that to the back, and that's going to be kind of our center. We have our centerpiece done here, right? We have the glasses, we have the rainbow with the little mushroom on top of it, and so those are our focal points. Now we're going to create the rest of this layout by combining a couple of other mushrooms, and we're duplicating them and putting them on the other side. By the way, to duplicate, you can hold the Alt or Option key and drag. You can of course hit Command or Control C and copy and paste easily with Command or Control V. And you can see here I'm just adding elements, duplicating them, putting them on the other side, so that we're creating again a super symmetrical layout. And we're also filling the rectangle. We're starting to fill out this rectangle, which is this shirt, right? The shirt, we want to fill that rectangle space. And we're doing a pretty good job right now of already filling out the top. Now let's get going with our type here. I think I'm going to use modern hand serif right here, and it's going to be hello for this one. So we're going to type hello sunshine. Of course, very fitting for this t-shirt, very fitting for this style in the 60s. So I'm going to use this transformation. You can see I just moved the anchor point here, and then I can adjust the size easily right here and make sure that it goes along that bottom circle that I put there in the background, that bottom half semicircle. Then we need to change the color. I think I'm going to go for this pink color here. I really like how that resembles the rest of the pink in the layout here. And of course, we're going to get to changing some colors layout. Hey, real quick, if you're getting value out of this 60s retro t-shirt design tutorial, let me know by hitting the thumbs up button and the red subscribe button. Then let me know down in the comments, do you like 60s style designs like this? Maybe you're wanting to use it on something else than a t-shirt. That's fine. I'm just wondering if you like 60s. Maybe you grew up in that time period, or maybe you're just really infatuated with what the 60s were and what they were like during the 60s. So whatever it is, I would love to know. Comment down below and let's get back to the tutorial. And so now what we're going to do is use a different font. I really like this Sunship one, and it's of course going to be perfect for the word we're about to type. So let's type sunshine, and so this is going to be perfect for this layout. Now, it's not super symmetrical. I know we just said we're making a super symmetric design, but we still are. I'm going to show you how we're going to do that with this retro style font. But what I think might be cool is we have some space over there in the right where the E is. So let's double click in and let's go to Glyphs. Let's type in E, and we have this super cool glyph right here, this alternate E that we can use. And I think that looks really, really cool. Let's do the same thing for the N. We have these really cool flourished N's that I think are going to be super awesome. Let's check this one out. Yeah, that looks really cool. And I think that helps bring that symmetry back, so to speak. And we're going to do some things like fill in some elements easily to kind of bring that symmetry back to us. And we need to do a little bit of adjusting here to make sure everything is exactly how we want it. And then we can move and tweak things so that, again, we're starting to fill out the rest of that rectangle pretty well here, and that's going to look pretty good in the center of a shirt. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go and find other elements that we can place around this design. So I like these flowers in the flower power category. We need to change them to the color set that we've already been using. And what I'm going to do is position them around so that it creates more balance with this design and it starts feeling more symmetric, because these spots, these places around this big script style font are being filled up. And so we're going to add a couple of elements as well in the background here. You can add these kind of cool waves, just change them to full colors like this, and it creates this really cool backdrop for us. And so again, we're just duplicating and putting them, we're flipping them. You can right click and flip easily. We're going to create this kind of cool little secondary fountain rainbow effect here in the background. Then we're going to add some star elements. We have some spot elements here. You can just type in star in the search bar and these little spot elements will come up. And now we're into the point where we're going to change some colors because we need everything to fit together. We're still using super psychedelic colors, which, by the way, a lot of the illustrations are already going to have those kind of color palettes put in, and so you don't have to do a ton of work. We've already done a lot of the color coding for you there. So now let's do is add some text effect. So let's go over here, let's add this color cut. I think that's also kind of plays into the retro vibe here in the 60s. We need to decrease the distance a little bit, and let's change that gray, of course, to something else. I like this orange. The orange and the pink, man, I just think that's really cool. And let's increase the distance right here, and now we've got this kind of fading retro sunset ordeal going on here, which is nice. Let's change the outline to yellow, so we've got this outline line shadow here. We're going to increase the offset a little bit to give it a little bit more pizzazz there, a little bit more depth, and I think it's all coming together nicely here. Let's zoom out so you can see it, and I think that is the way to go. We filled out that rectangle. Of course, you can change the background color to see what it might look like on another t-shirt design. Maybe you want it on a black or a charcoal or a white or a pink. Again, I think this kind of off-whitish yellow looks pretty cool. And of course, if you want to download it, you can go to the download settings. You can change your DPI. You can also remove the background easily, so you get a transparent image, and you can do your PNG or your PDF or whatever you need for your print on demand. So here is the final design. You can see here a little bit more up close. The 60s retro style t-shirt design that we did in Kittl is ready to go. So I hope you have a ton of fun with this. Now, if you're really into retro design and that's your jam, I have videos here on my right that I know you are going to love. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and even share this with a friend. If you know they're into retro stuff, I know they're going to love this video too. Thank you so much for watching and for using Kittl. Until next time, create magic.